Watch me.
Hello, welcome to Moresby tonight. Great to have your company once again. We've got a massive show lined up for you tonight. As you can see, it's a lonely night for me. Genevieve's out and about. She's in Kokopo actually, attending her sister's wedding. Congratulations again to her sister, Nicole, and her husband. Best wishes from IMT, myself, and the rest of the IMT crew. Anyways, to kickstart the show, all right, now you've probably seen on our Facebook page, we posted a pic last week of myself and the guys from Shepherd. The last born sibling of the Shepherds, Emma Shepherd, and their guitarist Michael Butler were in town last week for a couple of days of coaching with veteran music legend Burka Tau. Now they spent a few days coaching sessions at their Paga Hill residence, and IMT cameras caught up with them. I caught up with them actually to have a chat and to find out a little more about Emma Shepherd and her guitarist Michael and the band as a whole. Anyways, this is IMT's exclusive with the band Shepherd. Since debuting on the Australian charts a month and a half ago, Papua New Guinean raised alternative pop group Shepherd's track off their self-titled EP, Let Me Down Easy, has peaked at #1 on the Southern Cross Austereo Network and Australian Top 20 B105 charts respectively. The track is currently number 38 on the ARIA Singles chart, number 10 on the iTunes Pop Songs chart, and number 1 on the Australian Independent Record Association charts respectively. Since the siblings' days attending the Ella Murray International School, Burka Tau has been instrumental in contributing to the success of Shepherd and their unique sound, and is accredited for inspiring their love for their laid-back harmonies and rhythms. Shepherd band members Emma Shepherd and Michael Butler were in Port Moresby to be coached by world-class producer, PNT Music veteran Burka Tau of Yothu Hindi fame.
I started playing guitar back in probably about grade 10 through my music school, and have been playing ever since. And then I went and studied sound production at university as well, so I've sort of been heavily involved with music for quite a while now. Amy and I were quite good friends for a while, and it just so happened that at one point I was over there and they were looking for a guitarist, so I put my hand up and the rest is history, so to speak.
All right. Now I hear you're new to the band.
Yes.
Yep. All right. Tell us a bit about yourself.
I'm Emma and I am 19 and I've been playing bass for just a year and 5 months now. I guess Dad wanted to make it, when Amy and George started family business, Dad wanted me to be a part of it. So offered me to come back to PNG and have lessons with Burka, like intense lessons for 3 weeks, and learn all the Shepherd songs. And I did, and I'm in the band now.
See, did you go to school here as well?
Yes. I was here for 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah, we grew up in this house.
Okay.
And also in Vesterell compound.
So,
yeah. And we went to school at LI.
did you always, were you always into music growing up? Did you always wanted to?
I had lessons, theory lessons, and also piano lessons with Burka when I was younger. And when I moved to Brisbane, I played the flute for a little while, and I didn't enjoy it at all, so I stopped music completely. Like, it wasn't a passion of mine. But I feel like I'm starting to get that passion.
With the bass?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really fun.
You know, I was teaching Emma, Amy and George at the school. Now, they were all into music. George was into drama and singing and all that. Amy was learning guitar, but nothing now. It was just having lessons. She was doing piano. I used to come here and teach her at the very piano at the back. I used to teach her here. I was kind of like, had to do it. You know, so when they left to go to Australia, the father asked me to think about what about a few songs. And I said, why don't you get somebody in Australia? They said, no, I want to work with you.
Hi, I'm Emma.
And I'm Michael, and we're from Shepherd.
And you're watching In Moresby Tonight.
Welcome back. You're watching In Moresby Tonight. It's chock-a-block on the show tonight. We've got loads and loads of stuff happening. We've got with us now on set Fegsley Risapi. Now, he's been featured on the show before. He's one of PNG's, I could say he's a close friend of mine, and I love most of his books. Good night, Fegsley. How's it going?
Good night.
All right. You've been very busy, as you can see in front of us. You've got a lot of new books coming out. Now, basically, before we go through the books, just tell us what you've been up to lately and what you've been working on.
Currently, I've been working on a couple of books. And in fact, I got 14 books out last March. And they are out on the market. And most of the books are based on Education Department recommended text types, and we call them genres.
Genres.
Yeah, they're ranging from grade 3 up to grade 8.
All right. Now I see you've got a few books here. They start from grade 3 and, like you said, all the way to grade 8. We'll start off with this one. Just tell us a bit about how it is set up and what's in it.
This book is actually written in English and Tok Pisin.
Okay.
This is to promote bilingual education. This is learning taking place in 2 different languages or more than one type of language. Mm-hmm. So the same text, the same story is in English, and it is also written in Tok Pisin. So we try to make as much as possible learning more fun and more interesting, where you have kids to read in Tok Pisin, a language where they are more familiar and more known to their local community. Then you have the same text or same story in English, where you have a foreign language coming in, but the contexts mean more, it's more familiar, so they get to have more fun and it becomes more interesting. So in that way, we kind of raises students' interest for learning.
Okay. Now, this is for grade 4s now, and I notice you've got quite a number of illustrations in the books that you have, and also you've got exercises. Just go through the illustrations and the exercises. How did you come up with, picking something like this to put on the book? And
well, thank you. I've got a couple of illustrators. They are from PNG, in fact. And what they normally do is, after having written a text, a story, they read the story and they visualize the picture and they illustrate it on a certain page. I mean, on the other opposite page. Mm-hmm. So you have the illustration and then you have the text. So as soon as the kids are up to reading, they can also look at the illustration and also make a comparison to the text. So in that way, there's more meaning.
All right. Now, the exercises in the books, did you come up with them yourself?
Yes, actually, because our target audience, my target audience, is school-age children. Now, because they are learning in an institution where they are learning, I decided to put down activities based on a text. So this is to see whether they are actually understanding what they are reading.
Okay. All right. Then they can do both. They can do the exercise in both English or Tok Pisin.
That's very interesting,
yeah.
Because once you read it you read a text in English, you attempt that exercise in English, and as well you read it in Tok Pisin, you also attempt it in Tok Pisin. So in a way, you are literate not only in English but as well as Tok Pisin as well.
Tok Pisin as well.
Mm.
Now,
but this can also happen for any vernacular in the country.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Mm. Now, you recently visited the Moresby province, Leh, and you had the pleasure of donating some of these books. Now, there was a special person that actually donated your books to a certain school, yeah?
Thank you, Darren. This is very, I'd like to also on this occasion thank Minister for Religion, Community Development and member for Leh, Lujaya Tony, who has made a very good, wise decision to purchase books.
Good job there on the minister. Also, you've got two other books that you've written. These are for general reading. You've got one that's called Reluctant Rain, and the other one's called Anthology. The Anthology one is a collection of short poems. Where did you get the short poems from for this one?
Actually, they are short poems written by teachers throughout Papua New Guinea.
Okay.
And we compile them together, and then illustrations done by our local illustrators. And you know, actually, poems are a language of the heart. They talk inner feelings and thinkings that we just can't express it. And so we encourage a lot of people to read, you know, anthology, where it gives a lot of meaning in itself. But for this one, Reluctant Rain, is actually about climate change. Now we're having issues on climate change. Now this is an interpretation of why science interprets weather patterns and climate changes and all that. But it's featured in Bougainville and parts of Papua New Guinea. Okay. And because it's a local material, locally produced material, and written by local writers, we are also encouraging also to have everybody at least to read and encourage or buy one copy and give it to the students in the classroom, because the target audience are our students in the classroom.
All right, well, you're doing a great job. Before we wrap things up, we're probably running out of time here. Just a quick one. For upcoming authors, people out there that have written a few stuff but don't know exactly where to go, what would you say to them?
For those of the outcoming authors, I know many of authors in Papua New Guinea have written many books, but they're looking for publishers. Now, even for myself, I had that difficulty in having to publish my book until such time I found a local publisher, and that's Breadwin Publishers. Now, I got my books published through Breadwin Publishers. And Breadwin Publishers is stationed in Port Moresby, and a lot of young writers who are writing out there and who have manuscripts to be published, they have a set criteria where they can go through the book, manuscript, and then see if this book is viable for our target audience or the target audience that they are writing for. And so they can contact them on Breadwin Publishers, P.O. Box 7240, Boroko, Port Moresby. No, but me as someone who is writing in this field for a couple of years now, I'd like to personally invite all those people, especially teachers, who are writing out there for our children to send in the publication manuscripts, so the Breadwin Publishers can be able to view them and then, as much as possible, assist them.
Well, thank you very much, Figsley, for that bit of info for our upcoming authors out there. You're doing a great job. Keep up the good work, and we'll be following up with you in the near future. Have a top weekend, right?
Thank you.
There you go, one of PNG, local PNG authors out there doing well for himself. We'll take a quick break now. When we come back, more on In Moresby Tonight. Welcome back. You're watching In Moresby Tonight. Before we welcome our next guest on the show, I caught up with Rada's band member, Esmond Schleilo William. Now, the Trade Winds Big Bang 2013 calendar kicks off on the 26th of July, which is on a Friday in beautiful Madang. And to tell us all about it, here's Esmond.
Good natural viewers long MTV throughout Papua New Guinea. Thank you, Daryl, Johnny, Emil, Lord Vinstrapa, and Joel from Waldis, from Rada's band. Once we black start slab Big Band 2013 lo Medeng, and but start one time Rada's band, and then some latis and Esmond Silo, Tati, some latis by line up this lahi going up December. And so we black in come up then there's thinking we went Emil, lo revive like the music industry lo artists lo perform lo Medeng Vinstrapa. I think 26 for the first time we Rada's by go play lo Medeng and 26 July and 27 July and the 28 kids concert where me blow bagi 20% go back and long Modern Children's Ward where many city belum blah then Emil count cross building count this lah lo blow this lah all 6 months for these events coming up in Medang.
Whenever bowling to one ball belongka, receiving, and play belongs in finish. Lo here, Moresby na lo rabaw. Medang yang nabaw ni rabaw. So katong pro ni plus song sem Opulex remix lo kanay piniri. Receiving this title song lo album. Abulta Puksi. Nanti lo plus songs sabi siya.
First of all, I'd like to say thank you to IMTV, also to some of the major sponsors, which I think Rockus has actually mentioned. We, as a club, we've been doing this since the opening of the club back in 2006. It's an initiative we've always been doing. For the club, except that on this occasion it's a bit different. We have a sponsor in place, which is the major sponsor, which is Tradewinds. Also, we have other sponsors, sporting sponsors like Trevole, and then global events, MDS, GM Hire Cars, and the list goes on. So with this, Pils Rugby is happy to be part of this great initiative that we are trying, and it's for the first 6 months which we will be doing, and yeah, we're just happy to be with this team. So far, yes, Rodas Band has been pretty hot, as we all know from the music industry. For Medang itself, I've had a lot of people asking about Rodas, so having them to play in Medang would be, would be really big. It's something big, and we're expecting a big crowd on the 27th and 28th. We've mentioned Silas, Esmond Silas. We've also got Sparks. Sparks also on our lineup. Plus a couple of other Tati, Joe Kemmer, just to name a few.
Good stuff there, loads and loads of entertainment happening. Well, in Port Moresby, we've got some more stuff happening. We've got the Our Lover Theatre Group in Port Moresby. They're from the Milne Bay province, and to tell us all about it, we've got Francis Taudigana and Ili Ali to tell us all about it. Good evening, guys.
Good evening, Darren.
Now, we'll start off with Francis. Just briefly tell us a bit about the theatre group and how you guys came to be about.
Thank you, Daryl. Actually, the group started all the way from Goodenough Island.
Okay.
Traveled to Alatau. We spent 1 week in Alatau, and then to the border of Milne Bay and Central, another week there at Nube. And then we traveled all the way from Nube to Kiapari. We got a PMB, and we arrived in Port Moresby at 12 midnight. So that's
how you guys came to Moresby.
Yes.
All right. Now, I understand the theatre group is made up of everyone in the village. Who actually got people together to train them and stuff? Was it you or?
Yes, I was really at the back of this group. I was trained under the National Culture Commission and the Round Theatre.
Okay.
Which I trained in the way back in 1996. There was a production called Casa by Boileta. And from there, in 1996, when I went back home, I started to gather young people, those who are interested. Some of them have the natural talents. So I tried to bring them back, and it was existing almost 17 years now, since 1996 to 2013.
Now, I understand you guys are doing this as fundraising for. Can you tell us a bit about your fundraising cause?
Yes, actually we're doing some fundraising to support us to get some enough money to go back to celebrate our school, especially. The school is now turning 60 years. It's an old school.
Okay.
Since 1952 to 2014 next year. That is the whole reason why we try to come and raise funds to take it back home and celebrate the school's anniversary.
Good. Apart from Kulele, you've got other supporting skits as well. You've got some traditional dance, short drama, contemporary music. Do you have some funny stuff as well?
Yes,
yeah?
we have.
Okay. Now, you will be visiting certain schools as well during your visit?
Yes, tomorrow we'll be performing at the Wagon Primary School, and we'll just perform for the students. So we'll put up some funny skits just to entertain the
kids.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, good stuff. Okay, we'll go to Ili now. The group has upcoming performance at the University of Papua New Guinea. I see some dates here. Just tell us a bit about it.
Okay, thank you, Darola. The Our Lava Theatre group actually came to NCC, the National Cultural Commission, to seek assistance. They were actually looking for a venue to perform their production, Kulele, which Francis just talked about, Kulele. So NCC, because we normally assist a lot of other groups in the areas of arts and culture, we decided to assist their request. So we went ahead and we also wrote seek assistance support from the Melanesian Institute of Arts and Communication through the theater arts section. They have this access to Ulibaya, the Ulibaya Theater. So we were able to collaborate, and the National Cultural Commission, together with the theater arts section that's at MIAC, UPNG, will be hosting this the production Kulele. And the performance dates are from July 10 to 13. Okay. So that's in 2 weeks' time.
That's in 2 weeks' time?
Yes.
All right. So will this be in the evenings or during the day?
Yes. The July 10 to 13 are actually evening performances. We also have, it's actually 4 nights only. So we have 2 gala nights. The 2 gala nights are on the opening night and at the closing night. Okay. And the 11 and 12 in the middle are public nights, public performance shows, yes. Right. And also for day performances, we were looking at giving that to the schools. So it's more or less like the matinee shows. Okay. Yes.
All right. So also, if you'd like to engage the Our Lava Theatre Group, you can also contact Vincent Manukayasi on phone 725, it's on your screen right now, 725-735-35, or you can email him on manukayasi@gmail.com. So yeah, good stuff happening, lots of interesting stuff happening in Moresby, and I love theatre groups, and it should be good. I will make sure I empty cameras are down there at Ulibaya to capture some of those glorious moments with you guys. Thank you very much, guys, for coming over. All the best with your fundraising events, and have fun with Kulele in Moresby.
Thank you, Daryl.
There you go. That's the Our Lava Theatre Group. They're in Port Moresby. Mark those dates down, all right? They'll be at the Ulibaya Arts Theatre, all right, on the 10th to the 13th of July. Time for us to take a quick break. When we come back, wrap things up. Time to wrap things up in Moresby tonight. Before we go, just a quick one. Jokema launching their second album, all right? They kickstart their second album launch in Port Moresby next week. 6th of July is the date. Mark that down on your diary. Saturday night over at Club Illusion. Join Honley and the boys over there. It will be a smasher. Next week, we've got an exclusive with Jokema Band, Honley and the boys. So stick around for that next week. Anyways, also before we go, if you can now follow us on Facebook. If you've missed any of your favorite episodes, you can log on to Facebook. Just go to the In Moresby Tonight page, and you can scroll down to all the videos and watch all those previous episodes. And also a big thank you to everyone that's gone and liked our page. So yep, keep those likes coming in. And of course, from here on in, we'll be featuring a few movies that are premiering over here at the cinemas here in Port Moresby, Paradise Cinemas to be exact. And our featured movie for tonight is none other than the new Superman flick. It's called Man of Steel. I haven't watched it yet. It's now running at the cinema. So if you haven't watched it yet, we've got a trailer for you to have a look at it. But before we watch the trailer, if you want to make bookings, all right, you can contact Paradise Cinemas on 302-8574 or 302-8541 or mobile number 737-767-24. You can email bookings@paradisecinemas.com.pg. We'll leave you now with the Man of Steel trailer. Until next week, keep it safe. Good night.
Goodbye, my son. Our hopes and dreams travel with you.
He'll be an outcast. I'll kill him.
How? He'll be a god to them. What if a child dreamed of becoming something other than what society had intended? What if a child aspired to something greater?
My son was in the bus. He saw what Clark did.
You're the answer, son. You're the answer to are we alone in the universe?
Can I just keep pretending I'm your son?
You are my son. And I have to believe that you were sent here for a reason. And even if it takes the rest of your life, you owe it to yourself to find out what that reason is.
How do you find someone who has spent a lifetime covering his tracks? For some, he was a guardian angel. For others, a ghost who never quite fit in.
You will give the people of Earth an ideal to strive towards. They will race behind you. They will stumble. They will fall. But in time, they will join you in the sun. In time, you will help them accomplish wonders.
You believe your son is safe? I will find him!
My father believed that if the world found out who I really was, they'd reject me. He was convinced that the world wasn't ready. What do you think?
What's the S stand for?
It's not an S. On my world, it means hope.
Well, here it's an S. How about...
Excuse me.